Are Russian-made chips on the brink of a technological breakthrough, or are they destined to lag behind global competitors? Join the discussion and share your insights on Russia's semiconductor industry. Stick around for the full story on the challenges and prospects of Russian chip development. The Brussels World Expo commenced on April 17, 1958, with the participation of 54 countries and international organizations. The Soviet Pavilion and the adjacent US Pavilion, both sizable and conspicuous, stood out as the largest attractions. By October of the preceding year, the Soviet Union had achieved a significant milestone by launching the world's first artificial satellite. This achievement was prominently displayed in the Soviet Pavilion, along with other advanced technologies, like a model of the first nuclear power plant and a nuclear-powered icebreaker. In contrast, the US Pavilion, despite its successful launch of Explorer 1, the country's first artificial satellite 2 months earlier, focused more on showcasing lifestyle elements, daily fashion shows, and a color television presentation titled Journey Through America, highlighted American culture rather than technological prowess. The juxtaposition of the Soviet Union's emphasis on technology and the United States' focus on lifestyle left a distinct impression on European visitors. However, despite the Soviet Union's technological advancements, there remained a gap in certain areas, notably in satellite technology, which would later become a significant industry. The groundbreaking work of William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Brattain at Bell Labs in 1947 led to the development of the first transistor. Subsequently, in 1958, Jack Kilby of Texas Instruments invented the integrated circuit, IC, while Robert Noyce of Fairchild Semiconductors patented the planar process for manufacturing integrated circuits using aluminum. These innovations paved the way for the modern semiconductor industry, with Silicon Valley emerging as a hub for semiconductor development, attracting top talent from around the world. During this period, the Soviet Union recognized the significant impact of transistors on various sectors, such as manufacturing, computing, and military capabilities. Consequently, they initiated the construction of semiconductor factories across the nation, aiming for a technological leap similar to that achieved in nuclear weaponry. This ambitious idea garnered attention from Soviet leaders, including Khrushchev, who, despite lacking technical expertise, believed in the capabilities of Soviet scientists to surpass their American counterparts with increased investment. The aspiration to establish a Soviet equivalent of Silicon Valley became a prominent objective. After thorough deliberation, Zelenograd, near Moscow, was chosen as the location for this endeavor. However, lacking figures like Shockley or Kilby, the Soviet Union could only proceed by emulating the technological path laid out by the United States. In 1963, the KGB established Directorate T, focusing solely on technology acquisition. The X-ray team, comprising over 200 members, collaborated with intelligence agencies from Eastern European socialist countries to acquire advanced technological intelligence from the West, particularly Europe and the United States. While the initial strategy of replicating early-generation integrated circuits showed promise, it lacked long-term sustainability. The rapid evolution of chip technology, driven by Moore's law and the exponential increase in transistor density, posed a significant challenge. By the time the Soviet Union managed to replicate a chip, newer and more advanced versions were already being developed in Silicon Valley, perpetually placing Soviet-produced chips years behind their American counterparts. Despite these obstacles, the Soviet Union persisted with the copying strategy to sustain semiconductor factory operations. In the early 1980s, the KGB employed a considerable workforce, including around 1,000 individuals tasked with gathering foreign technology. Operating within the Soviet consulate in San Francisco, a team of 60 agents directly obtained chips from technology companies in Silicon Valley or procured them from the black market. Notably, in 1982, the arrest of One-Eyed Jack in California highlighted the extent of these espionage activities, as he was accused of concealing stolen chips from Intel factories in his jacket. The failure of the Soviet semiconductor industry to achieve innovation of its own triggered a cascade of consequences. In January 1982, President Reagan's executive order bolstered customs inspections of advanced technology and empowered the CIA to conduct counter-espionage operations against the Soviet Union in the technology sector. By 1985, the U.S. had confiscated goods totaling approximately $600 million, resulting in around 1,000 arrests. The catastrophic explosion of the Siberian natural gas pipeline soon followed, signaling the demise of the Soviet strategy of copying semiconductor technology. In the early stages of 1982, the Pan-Siberian natural gas pipeline, spanning 4,500 kilometers, entered its installation phase with the aim of transporting natural gas from the Siberian Urengoy field to western Ukraine. However, the intricate operations of the pipeline system necessitated the use of an automatic control software known as SCADA to regulate gas flow and control various valves. Due to U.S. restrictions prohibiting the export of SCADA software from France and Germany, the KGB's Directorate undertook covert measures. Agents were dispatched to Canada to steal a set of SCADA software. Unbeknownst to them, the software had already been compromised. After a period of normal operation, the tampered SCADA software triggered a catastrophic explosion, resetting pump speed and valve operation parameters to levels exceeding the tolerances of pipeline connections and welding. As detailed by former U.S. intelligence member Thomas Reed in his memoir, the explosion in June 1982, equivalent to 3,000 tons of TNT, had devastating consequences. It not only deprived the Soviet Union of potential foreign exchange earnings, but also dealt a severe blow to the domestic economy. This incident thrust the KGB Directorate into scrutiny, leading to suspicions regarding previously stolen technologies. Consequently, numerous projects were halted, leaving thousands of Soviet scientists in distress, and semiconductor development ground to a halt. In November 1982, the US and Europe formed an agreement to counter Soviet technological espionage, resulting in the expulsion of nearly 150 Soviet technical spies, notably KGB Directorate members, severely limiting access to advanced technology. Despite setbacks, efforts persisted. Zelenograd factories in the early 1990s shifted focus to developing field-programmable gate arrays, or FPGAs, after initial failures, with 8,486 compatible machines. However, these endeavors ended with the Soviet Union's dissolution in 1991, leaving Russia to grapple with semiconductor development challenges. Today, Russia's semiconductor landscape is anchored by Micron and Angstrom, providing processing capabilities for various manometer technology nodes, primarily serving military and aerospace sectors. Furthermore, chip design firms like Baikal, a T-Platform subsidiary, introduced the Baikal T1 processor in 2015, a notable advancement in Russian chip design integrating MIPS P5600 Warrior architecture. Despite these achievements, challenges persist, exemplified by NCST's struggles and T-Platform's bankruptcy in 2022, exacerbated by U.S. sanctions, limiting innovation and growth in the Russian chip industry. Baikal has suffered from U.S. sanctions, resulting in limited new processor releases since 2022, and its parent company, T-Platforms, declaring bankruptcy in October 2022. Meanwhile, MCST, with roots dating back to the Soviet era, developed the Elbrus 4S processor in 2014, Russia's first octa-core processor. However, reliance on TSMC for manufacturing and sanctions-related production challenges have hindered its progress. Despite the absence of U.S. sanctions, Russia's chip industry struggles to flourish beyond military applications, exemplified by Baikal. Although government-backed MCST continues product innovation, its civilian market prospects seem limited. Following the Soviet Union's collapse, Russia has preserved a few semiconductor firms, yet further development demands significant efforts. Vasily Shpak, Russia's Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade, announced plans to begin producing 350-nanometer photolithography machines in 2024, followed by 130-nanometer chip photolithography machines in 2026. Production will occur in Moscow, Zelenograd, St. Petersburg, and Nizhny Novgorod. Shpak emphasized the importance of semiconductor sovereignty for technological independence. Do you believe Russia can develop its own chips? Feel free to share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section below. Don't forget to become a part of the Revel Discovery community by hitting that subscribe button to stay informed about the latest technological advancements and innovations. Remember, as we delve into the realm of technology, the possibilities are limitless, and the future is filled with exciting discoveries. Keep exploring.